Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Picture a hamster running on its wheel. Round and round it goes, its little legs pumping furiously, expending all that energy. Now here's the million-dollar question. Is that hamster getting anywhere? That hamster, my friends, is a perfect metaphor for what many of us are doing in our lives. We are running, but we are not really going anywhere. We have bought into this grand illusion that if we just work hard enough, if we just put in enough hours, enough sweat, enough tears, then surely we all strike gold. We all reach that promised land of wealth and success. But let me tell you something that might shock you. Hard work by itself does not bring riches. Now, before you start thinking, I have lost my marbles, hear me out. I'm not saying hard work isn't important. Far from it. Hard work is crucial. It's necessary, but it's not sufficient. You see, the world is full of hard workers. Look around you. The streets are filled with people hustling from dawn to dusk. The factories are humming with the efforts of diligent workers. The fields are tended by farmers who toil under the scorching sun. But how many hard workers are truly rich? The janitor who scrubs floors for 12 hours a day, is he driving a Ferrari? The construction worker who breaks his back laying bricks, does he own a mansion? The waitress who runs herself ragged serving tables, is she jetting off to exotic vacations? No, my friends, hard work alone is not the key to riches. If it were, every hard-working person would be wealthy. And we know that's not the case. So what's missing? What's the secret ingredient that turns hard work into wealth? It's working smart. It's leveraging your efforts. It's understanding the game of wealth creation and playing it skillfully. Let me give you an example. Imagine two people digging for gold. The first person grabs a shovel and starts digging furiously. He works 16 hours a day digging hole after hole, hoping to strike gold. The second person takes a different approach. He studies geology, learns about where gold is likely to be found, invests in better equipment, and builds a team to help him. Who do you think is more likely to strike it rich? The first person is working hard. The second person is working smart. Now, don't get me wrong. The second person is working hard too, but his hard work is directed, focused, leveraged. He's not just expending energy. He's investing it wisely. This is the difference between being busy and being productive, between motion and progress, between working hard and working smart. In this world, we are not rewarded for our hard work. We are rewarded for the value we create. And creating value isn't just about putting in hours, it's about applying our efforts in ways that solve problems, meet needs, and add something meaningful to the world. Think about the wealthiest people in the world. Did they get there by working harder than everyone else? No. They got there by working smarter, by seeing opportunities where others saw obstacles, by creating systems that multiplied their efforts, by building teams and leveraging the skills of others. Take, for example, a small business owner who works 80 hours a week but barely makes ends meet. Now compare that to a tech entrepreneur who creates an app that solves a common problem. The app developer might work fewer hours, but her solution scales. It can serve millions of users without requiring more of her time. That's leverage. Or consider a freelance writer who exchanges his time for money, writing article after article. Now compare that to an author who writes a best-selling book. The book continues to generate income long after the writing is done. That's passive income. That's working smart. The key is to shift our focus from simply working hard to creating value. And here's the beautiful thing. When you focus on creating value, the hard work becomes almost effortless. Why? Because you're driven by purpose, not just by the clock. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but what about the virtue of hard work? Aren't we supposed to give our all in everything we do? Absolutely. I'm not advocating for laziness or cutting corners. What I'm advocating for is purposeful, directed effort. I'm saying that before you pour your sweat and tears into something, make sure it's the right something. It's like the old saying goes, work smarter, not harder. But I'd like to amend that slightly. I say, work smart, then work hard. First, figure out the most effective way to achieve your goals. Then, by all means, work your tail off pursuing that path. This brings me to another crucial point. To work smart, you need to invest in yourself. You need to become a lifelong learner. The world is changing at a breakneck pace. What worked yesterday might not work tomorrow. The skills that are valuable today might be obsolete in a few years. So how do you stay ahead of the curve? By constantly upgrading your knowledge and skills. Read voraciously, attend seminars, take online courses, seek out mentors, expose yourself to new ideas and perspectives. Remember, your mind is your most valuable asset. The smarter you become, the smarter you can work. And the smarter you work, the more value you can create. And the more value you create, the wealthier you become. This journey of self-improvement, this quest for knowledge, it never ends. The moment you think you know it all is the moment you start falling behind. I'm reminded of a story about a young man who approached a wealthy businessman. The young man asked, "Sir, what's your secret to success?" The businessman replied, "Good decisions." The young man thought for a moment and asked, "But how do you make good decisions?" The businessman answered, "Experience." Undeterred, the young man pressed on, "And how do you get experience?" The businessman smiled and said, "Bad decision." Even our failures, if we learn from them, can pave the way to success. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. If we have the wisdom to extract the lessons. Focus. In today's world, we are bombarded with distractions. Our phones ping incessantly. Our inboxes overflow. Social media beckons at every turn. It's easy to confuse activity with accomplishment. Busyness is not business. Just because you're doing a lot doesn't mean you're getting a lot done. In fact, often the opposite is true. The most successful people are usually the most focused. They understand the power of saying no. They realize that every yes to something unimportant is a no to something vital. They guard their time and energy fiercely, investing them only in activities that truly move the needle. Would you rather be a jack of all trades and master of none? Or would you rather be world class in one area? It's the specialists, the experts, the go-to people in their fields who command the highest fees and create the most wealth. Find your focus. Discover what you're truly passionate about, what you're naturally good at, and where you can create the most value. Then pour your energy into becoming extraordinary in that area. Remember, the riches don't necessarily go to the hardest worker. They go to the person who solves the biggest problems or fulfills the greatest needs. Some people here work smart, not hard, and think it means finding shortcuts or get-rich-quick schemes. Nothing could be further from the truth. Working smart is not about cutting corners. It's not about looking for loopholes or trying to game the system. It's about maximizing the impact of your efforts. It's about being strategic, intentional, and purposeful in everything you do. In fact, working smart often requires more discipline, more dedication, and more perseverance than merely working hard. Why? Because it requires you to think, to plan, to analyze, to learn from your mistakes, and to constantly adapt. It's easy to put your head down and just work. It's much harder to pause, evaluate your approach, admit when something isn't working, and change course. But that's exactly what working smart demands. Let me share a personal anecdote. Early in my career, I was working myself to the bone. I was the first one in the office and the last one to leave. I skipped lunches, worked weekends, sacrificed my personal life, all in the name of success. But you know what? Despite all that hard work, I wasn't getting ahead. I was exhausted, stressed, and no closer to my goals than when I started. It wasn't until I took a step back and really examined my approach that things started to change. I realized I was spreading myself too thin, saying yes to every opportunity that came my way, regardless of whether it aligned with my long-term goals. I was confusing motion with progress, activity with achievement. Once I understood this, I made some radical changes. I started saying no to good opportunities so I could say yes to great ones. I began delegating tasks that others could do, freeing up my time for high-impact activities. I invested in learning new skills that could multiply my effectiveness. And you know what happened? My income started to grow. My stress levels dropped. I found myself working less but achieving more. That, my friends, is the power of working smart. Now, I want to address something that might be on your minds. You might be thinking, that's all well and good for entrepreneurs or people in creative fields, but what about those of us with regular jobs? How does working smart apply to us? Excellent question. The principles of working smart apply no matter what your job is. If you're an employee, working smart might mean finding ways to automate repetitive tasks, freeing up your time for more valuable work. It might mean developing skills that make you indispensable to your organization. It might mean building relationships and networking within your industry, opening doors to new opportunities. Even in the most structured jobs, there's always room for innovation, for finding better ways to do things. The employee who consistently looks for ways to add more value, to solve problems before they arise, to make their boss's job easier. That's the employee who gets noticed, who gets promoted, who commands higher salary. Working smart as an employee also means understanding the bigger picture. Don't just focus on your tasks. Understand how your role fits into the overall goals of the organization. This perspective will help you prioritize your efforts and make better decisions. It also means investing in your personal brand. In today's world, you are not just an employee of a company. You are the CEO of your own career. Build your skills, cultivate your reputation, create a network. These are assets that you carry with you from job to job. Leverage is about finding ways to multiply the impact of your efforts. One form of leverage is technology. In today's digital age, there are countless tools and apps that can automate tasks, streamline processes, and amplify your productivity. The smart worker is always on the lookout for technologies that can give them an edge. Another form of leverage is other people's time and skills. No one becomes wealthy entirely on their own. The most successful people are those who know how to build and lead teams, how to delegate effectively, how to tap into the diverse talents of others. Financial leverage is another powerful tool. This means using other people's money to amplify your own efforts. This could be through investments, loans, or partnerships. Of course, financial leverage comes with risks, and it's crucial to educate yourself before diving in. But when used wisely, it can be a powerful way to accelerate your wealth creation. Intellectual leverage is yet another form. This means learning from other people's experiences and mistakes. Read biographies of successful people. Study case studies in your industry. Seek out mentors. Why reinvent the wheel when you can learn from those who've already figured it out? Now, I want to address a common objection I hear when I talk about working smart. Some people say, but isn't that just luck? Aren't you just talking about being in the right place at the right time? Luck does play a role in success. Being born in the right country, to the right family at the right time, These factors influence our opportunities. But here's the thing. Yes, some people get lucky, but you can't control luck. What you can control is how prepared you are when opportunity knocks. You can control how many doors you open, increasing the chances that opportunity will find you. Working smart is about positioning yourself to be lucky. It's about developing the skills, the mindset, and the network that will allow you to recognize and seize opportunities when they arise. Remember, luck is when preparation meets opportunity. The smarter you work, the more prepared you will be, and the luckier you will get. Something that's often overlooked when discussing success and wealth: the importance of mindset. You see, working smart isn't just about tactics and strategies. It's also about how you think. Wealthy people think differently. They have a growth mindset. They believe in abundance rather than scarcity. They see problems as opportunities. They view failure not as a dead end, but as a detour on the road to success. Cultivating this mindset is crucial, because here's the truth. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. If you believe that success is possible for you, if you believe that you're capable of creating value and solving problems, you will act accordingly. And your actions, driven by these beliefs, will create your reality. This is why personal development is so crucial. It's not just about acquiring skills. It's about transforming how you think. It's about reprogramming your mind for success. Read books that challenge your thinking. Surround yourself with positive, ambitious people. Practice gratitude. Set big goals and visualize their achievement. These mental exercises might seem trivial, but they have a profound impact on your actions and ultimately your results. Now, I want to address something that might be troubling some of you. You might be thinking, this all sounds great, but I'm starting from scratch. I don't have any advantages. How can I possibly compete? Everyone starts from scratch. Even those born into wealthy families have to learn how to maintain and grow that wealth, or they'll lose it. And history is full of people who started with nothing and built empires. The beautiful thing about working smart is that it levels the playing field. In the information age, knowledge and skills are more valuable than ever before, and knowledge is more accessible than ever before. You have the entire world's information at your fingertips. You have access to free online courses from top universities. You can reach out to experts in any field through social media. You can start a business with just a laptop and an internet connection. The playing field has never been more level. The opportunities have never been greater. The question is, are you willing to seize them? You have probably heard the advice, follow your passion and the money will follow. While well-intentioned, this advice is incomplete. Passion is important. When you're passionate about what you do, you're more likely to persist in the face of challenges. You're more likely to go the extra mile, to continually improve, to stand out in your field. But passion alone is not enough. The world doesn't pay you for your passion. It pays you for the value you create. So the key is to find the intersection of your passion, your skills, and market demand. Don't just follow your passion blindly. Instead, cultivate your passion intelligently. Develop skills that allow you to translate your passion into value for others. Find ways to solve problems or fulfill needs in the area you're passionate about. This approach, combining passion with pragmatism, is what working smart is all about. It's about being strategic in how you invest your time and energy. Now let's address another crucial aspect of working smart: the importance of taking calculated risks. Wealth creation often involves stepping out of your comfort zone. It involves trying new things, exploring uncharted territory. Smart workers don't take blind risks. They take calculated risks. They do their research. They start small and test their ideas. They learn from their failures and iterate quickly. This willingness to take calculated risks to experiment and learn, is what separates the wealthy from the merely hardworking. It's what allows them to discover new opportunities, to innovate, to stay ahead of the curve. Remember, every great achievement in history started as a risky idea. The Wright brothers risked their lives to prove that human flight was possible. Steve Jobs risked his reputation and resources to create products that people didn't even know they wanted. Elon Musk risked his entire fortune to pursue his vision of sustainable energy and space exploration. These individuals didn't just work hard, they worked smart. They took calculated risks, they pushed boundaries, and in doing so, they created enormous value and wealth. Working smart doesn't mean getting rich overnight. It means planting seeds today that will bear fruit tomorrow, next year, or even a decade from now. It's about playing the long game. Too often, we are seduced by the allure of quick riches. We see stories of overnight successes and think, that could be me. But here's what those stories don't show. The years of preparation, the failed attempts, the moments of doubt and despair that preceded that overnight success. Real wealth, sustainable wealth, is built over time. Built through consistent, smart actions. It's built through the compound effect of small, daily improvements. It's like planting a tree. You don't plant a seed today and expect to sit in its shade tomorrow. But if you nurture that seed, if you water it consistently, if you protect it from harm, eventually it will grow into a mighty oak. Your wealth-building efforts are like that seed. Each smart decision you make, each skill you develop, each relationship you cultivate. These are all seeds. Some will sprout quickly. Others might take years to bear fruit. But if you're patient, if you persist, the harvest will come. This patience, this persistence, is what separates the truly successful from the flash in the pan. It's what allows them to weather setbacks, to keep going when others give up, to see opportunities where others see only obstacles. In today's rapidly changing world, standing still is the same as falling behind. The skills that are valuable today might be obsolete tomorrow. The strategies that work now might be ineffective next year. That's why smart workers are always learning, always growing, always looking for ways to improve. They understand that their most valuable asset is not their bank account, but their brain. They invest in their education, not just in formal settings, but in every aspect of their lives. They read voraciously, not just in their field, but across disciplines. They attend seminars and workshops. They seek out mentors. They're not afraid to be beginners, to ask questions, to make mistakes, because they know that each mistake, each failure is an opportunity to learn and grow. This commitment to continuous improvement creates a compounding effect. Just like compound interest can turn small savings into a fortune over time, small daily improvements can lead to extraordinary results in the long run. Imagine improving just 1% each day. It doesn't sound like much, does it? But over a year, that 1% daily improvement compounds to make you 37 times better. That's the power of consistent, incremental growth. Now let's address something that many people struggle with. The fear of failure. This fear often holds us back from taking smart risks, from trying new things, from pursuing our dreams. But here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed, many times. But what sets them apart is how they respond to failure. They don't see failure as a dead end. They see it as feedback. They analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and try again with a better approach. Thomas Edison, when asked about his many failed attempts to create the light bulb, famously said, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset of a smart worker. They understand that each failure brings them one step closer to success. Embrace failure. See it as a teacher, not a tormentor. When you adopt this mindset, you will find that you're more willing to take smart risks, to experiment, to innovate. And that's where the real opportunities for wealth creation lie. True wealth isn't just about the size of your bank account, it's about the quality of your life. And what good is all the money in the world if you're too sick or stressed to enjoy it? Smart workers understand this. They know that their physical and mental health is their most important asset. They invest in their health just as diligently as they invest in their skills or their business. They prioritize sleep, understanding that a well-rested mind is more creative, more productive, more capable of making smart decisions. They exercise regularly, not just for physical fitness, but for mental clarity and stress relief. They eat nutritious foods that fuel their body and brain. They also prioritize mental health. They practice mindfulness or meditation to manage stress and maintain focus. They cultivate meaningful relationships, understanding that social connections are crucial for both happiness and success. Remember, wealth is not just about accumulation. It's about creation and enjoyment, and you can only create and enjoy if you're healthy in body and mind. The idea that wealth creation is a solo journey, nothing could be further from the truth. The most successful people understand the power of collaboration and network. No one achieves great success entirely on their own. Behind every self-made millionaire is a network of mentors, partners, employees, and supporters who played a role in their success. Smart workers understand this. They actively cultivate relationships. They network not just to get ahead, but to learn, to share ideas, to find collaborators. They understand that often it's not what you know, but who you know that opens doors to opportunities. Effective networking isn't about collecting business cards or LinkedIn connections. It's about building genuine relationships. It's about adding value to others' lives before asking for anything in return. It's about being a giver, not just a taker. When you approach networking with this mindset, you will find that opportunities start to flow your way. People will want to work with you, to introduce you to others, to share opportunities with you. Your network becomes a powerful leverage point, multiplying your efforts and expanding your reach. In a world where information is abundant and attention is scarce, your personal brand can be your most valuable asset. Your personal brand is what people think of when they hear your name. It's the unique combination of skills, experiences, and personality that you want to be known for. It's what sets you apart in a crowded marketplace. Smart workers understand the importance of cultivating a strong personal brand. They know that in many cases, people don't buy products or services. They buy into people they choose to work with, buy from, or invest in individuals they know, like, and trust. Building a personal brand doesn't mean becoming an influencer or having millions of followers. It means consistently demonstrating your expertise, sharing your unique perspective, and providing value to your target audience. It could be through writing articles, creating videos, speaking at events, or simply being excellent at what you do and letting your work speak for itself. The key is consistency and authenticity. A strong personal brand can open doors to opportunities you never imagined. It can attract clients, partners, and investors. It can command premium prices for your products or services. It can make you the go-to expert in your field. Remember, in the digital age, obscurity is a far greater threat to success than failure. By building a strong personal brand, you're ensuring that the right opportunities can find you. Now, let's address something that many people struggle with: the balance between specialization and versatility. On one hand, we are often told to specialize to become the best in a specific niche. On the other hand, the rapidly changing world seems to demand versatility and adaptability. So which is it? Should you be a specialist or a generalist? The answer, my friends, is both. The most successful people in today's world are what I call T-shaped individuals. They have deep expertise in one area, the vertical bar of the T, but also a broad understanding of many related fields, the horizontal bar of the T. This combination of depth and breadth is powerful. Your deep expertise allows you to create unique value and stand out in your field. But your broad knowledge allows you to connect dots that others miss, to adapt to changes, and to collaborate effectively with experts in other areas. Developing this T-shaped skill set is a smart way to work. It makes you valuable in your specific role, but also adaptable to new opportunities and challenges. The role of money in creating wealth. Many people think that you need money to make money. While having capital certainly helps, it's not the be-all and end-all of wealth creation. In fact, some of the most successful entrepreneurs started with very little capital. What they had instead was creativity, determination, and a willingness to solve problems. Money is just a tool. It's a means to an end, not the end itself. The real source of wealth is value creation. If you can find a way to solve people's problems or fulfill their needs better than anyone else, the money will follow. This is why smart workers focus on developing their skills, their knowledge, their ability to identify and solve problems. These are the real assets that lead to wealth creation. Moreover, in today's digital age, many businesses can be started with minimal capital. With a laptop and an internet connection, you can reach customers around the world, create digital products, offer services, or build communities. So don't let a lack of capital hold you back. Instead, focus on leveraging your most valuable asset, your mind, your creativity, your skills, your ability to learn and adapt. These are the real currencies of the new economy. Now, let's address something that's crucial for long-term success: the importance of ethics and integrity in wealth creation. In a world where we often hear about get-rich-quick schemes and unethical business practices, it's easy to think that cutting corners is the way to get ahead. But let me tell you something. True, lasting success is built on a foundation of integrity. When you operate with honesty and ethics, you build trust. And trust is the most valuable currency in business and in life. Would you rather do business with someone who might make you a quick buck, but could also swindle you? Or would you prefer to work with someone who consistently delivers value, even if the returns aren't as flashy? Smart workers understand this. They know that their reputation is their most valuable asset. They focus on creating win-win situations where everyone involved benefits. They prioritize long-term relationships over short-term gains. Operating with integrity might not always be the quickest path to wealth, but it's the surest path to lasting success and fulfillment. Because at the end of the day, what good is wealth if you can't respect the person in the mirror? The most important investment you can make is in yourself. External circumstances will always change. Markets will fluctuate. Technologies will evolve. But the one constant in your journey to success is you. Your mindset, your skills, your ability to adapt and grow. These are the foundations of lasting success. So invest in yourself relentlessly. Read books that challenge your thinking. Take courses that expand your skills. Seek out experiences that broaden your perspective. Surround yourself with people who inspire and challenge you to be better. Remember, you are not just the creator of your wealth. You are your wealth. Everything else, the money, the possessions, the accolades, these are just byproducts of the value you create. And your ability to create value stems directly from your personal growth. Hard work alone does not bring riches, but smart work, work that's focused, leveraged, and aligned with your passions and the needs of the world. That's what leads to true wealth. Don't just work hard, work smart, invest in yourself, create value for others, operate with integrity, be patient and persistent, embrace failure as a teacher, Cultivate meaningful relationships. Take care of your health. Build your personal brand. Do these things consistently, day in and day out. And I promise you, success will not be a destination you reach, but a way of life you embody.